Imagine being forced to wear a 20-pound sack of sand on your back for a whole day. Could you imagine the extreme pain inflicted on your body, including your neck, your back, your legs, and joints? Now, try to imagine having to wear that every day of your life, and all the long-term health and body problems it would permanently do to you. Well, statistics show that more than 0.5% of American citizens are at least 20 pounds overweight. Every day, I look around at the people in my life, including some of my own family members, and it is very disheartening to see people living an obese life and doing nothing about it to help themselves. There are countless ways to prevent/cure obesity in society. However, people have to be willing to help themselves and take the first step. The growing rate of overweight Americans continues to rise every day. Obesity rates have more than doubled in adults and adolescents since 1970. Obesity is a widespread problem and continues to be a leading factor for health problems in the U.S. Nearly 2/3 of adult Americans are overweight or obese. Despite the attention of the health profession, the media, and the public, obesity is doubling every decade. 82% of African American women, 77.2% of Hispanic women, and 63.2% of white women are overweight or obese. 71.4% of white men, 69.2% of black men, and 78.6% of Hispanic men are overweight or obese. Most of the world's population lives in countries where overweight and obesity kills more people than underweight. Many health difficulties come from obesity. For example, obesity can cause cardiovascular disease. This was the leading cause of deaths in 2012. Obesity also causes musculoskeletal disorders like osteoarthritis. This is a highly disabling degenerative disease of the joints. Childhood obesity is connected with a higher chance of premature death and disabilities in adulthood. However, in addition, increased future risks, obese children experience breathing problems, increased risk of bone breaking, hypertension, early stages of cardiovascular disease, and psychological effects. Over half of obese children have overweight or obese parents. If people were aware that a few simple adjustments to their everyday life could drastically change everything about themselves, the amount of overweight people in America would decrease rapidly. A simple change in diet, amount of physical activities, and consumption of fast food could easily make the numbers go down drastically. Although there are genetic and hormonal influences on body weight, obesity occurs when you take in more calories than you burn. Through exercise and normal daily activities, your body stores these excess calories as fat. Don't get me wrong, there are genetic and hormonal influences on body weight. However, those cases are extremely rare. The main reason people become overweight is because of their eating habits. The revenue for fast food restaurants in 2014 was $195.05 billion. Fast food restaurants in America supplied over 3.5 million jobs in 2014. In that case, the American economy is not going to shut down companies that accumulate that much for our economy. The list for causes of obesity is endless for Americans. Lack of sleep can cause changes in hormones that increase your appetite. You mainly crave foods high in calories and carbs, which can contribute to slow weight gain. Obesity can sometimes be traced to a medical cause, such as Prader-Williams syndrome, Cushing's syndrome, and other conditions and diseases. Some medical problems, such as arthritis, can lead to decreased activity, which may result in weight gain. A low metabolism is unlikely to cause obesity. Research says that people become obese absent-mindedly. People, including myself, normally do not realize how much they are eating or what it is they're eating until they are already gaining weight. It is much easier to become obese than it is to stay fit and healthy with all the temptations. The steps to successfully achieving your ideal weight are simple and easy to follow. Get the right nutrients, get the right exercise, get sufficient sleep, and control stress levels. Nutrients can come from supplements that make your cells more sensitive to insulin and more effective at metabolizing sugar and fat. They can help you balance blood sugar and reverse or prevent diabetes. To get the right exercise, you do not need to spend hours at a gym to get exercise benefits. Just a simple 30-minute walk can help. Lack of sleep or poor sleep damages your metabolism, spikes sugar and carbohydrate cravings, makes you eat more, and increases your risk for numerous diseases, including diabetes. In the face of chronic stress, our levels of insulin, cortices, and inflames in compounds. Dieting is a national pastime, while the numbers of Americans who diet varies depending on the source. The Boston Medical Center indicates that approximately 45 million Americans die each year and spend around $33 billion on weight loss products. Obesity is a problem people put on themselves. Lap bands are a solution for people, but this includes a major surgery. However, it is the most effective way to rapidly lose weight. A lap band is a surgery done to make the stomach organ smaller. The surgery limits the amount of food the stomach can hold. Exercise can fix almost every case of people who live an obese life. Exercise helps people's energy levels go up, along with your metabolism. This speech was not presented with the intent to judge or criticize people who are living an obese lifestyle. Its sole purpose is to inform and educate people on the ways to stay healthy and to prevent adult obesity. Being extremely obese is terrible for your body and on average takes about 5 years off of your life expectancy. On the other hand, the good that will come to your life as you take that first step to become a healthier person, you will feel better mentally and physically.